If we want to limit global warming to below 1.5 degrees Celsius, we need to transition to net zero emission energy systems by 2050. We will never reach that unless the world's largest oil companies transition to clean energy. And they are spending a lot of money trying to convince us that that's exactly what they are doing. But here, in 3 charts, we will show you how they are engaged in greenwashing, trying to fool us into thinking they are part of the solution, while in fact they continue to be at the very heart of the problem. These are the global energy-related carbon dioxide and methane emissions since 1965. It's important to know how much of these energy companies are responsible for. The short answer is a lot. The top 20 fossil fuel companies are responsible for an astonishing 35% of it. Many of these 20 companies are household names. Let's take 4: Chevron, Exxon, BP, and Shell. These 4 giants alone account for more than 10% of global carbon emissions since 1965. It's plain to see, then, that these companies have an enormous role to play in any attempt to decarbonate our energy systems. So, let's hear what they have to say about it. A recent study examined the frequency of environmentally friendly words like net zero and decarbon and sustainable in the annual reports of those 4 mentioned giants, Chevron, Exxon, BP, and Shell. They found that over the past 11 years, the use of these green terms have increased pretty dramatically. Shell, for example, is using green terms 5 times more than in the past, BP around 3 times more. Clearly, they are signaling to their investors that they are committed to the green energy transition. All of which sounds promising, but the question is, are they putting their money where their mouth is? And the answer to that is quite simply, no, not by a long shot. Here, we can see how much of their capital expenditures 5 companies spent on oil and gas as opposed to low-carbon energy sources. Combined, they spent a measly $3.6 billion, or 3% of their total expenditures, on renewable or low-carbon sources. That's not to say they weren't spending money on green talk, though. Here we can see how much of their lobbying and branding budget they spent on trying to brand themselves as climate positive, on trying to appear green, a whopping 42%. Think about that. These companies are willing to spend 40% of their available budget to appear green, but only 3% to be green. And this is what is known as greenwashing. Simply put, it's a form of marketing spin in which green PR and green marketing are deceptively used to persuade the public that an organization's products, aims, and policies are environmentally friendly. So be in no doubt that this is what big oil is engaged in. In 3 charts, we tackle the issue of greenwashing among some of the largest energy companies. First, we saw that the top 20 are responsible for 35% of the world's carbon dioxide and methane emissions since 1965. Second, we saw that the 4 of the biggest players are talking the talk in their annual reports. Their use of climate-friendly terms has seen a big uptick. Third, to see where their true interests lie, we compare their spending. And here's where we saw a big disparity. While they are only spending 3% towards green energies, they are spending 40% to persuade us that they are doing the opposite. Thanks for watching. Please let us know your thoughts on greenwashing in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe.